Hi guys, it's Paul from Journey of a Petrolhead, and today we're taking the Mercedes A-Class, the A200d on the test drive. Now, we borrowed this car from Kevin Giles. Thanks Kevin for the lend of the car. His car's for sale in his garage. I suggest you jump onto his website, kevingilesmotors.ie, and see what you think. Now, what do we think of this particular car? Well, I like the diesel engine, and as I was saying, in the interior run, you can actually configure the car to drive how you would like it to drive. So I have this configured now at the moment. I have the engine in sport, I have the steering in sport, I have the air conditioning in comfort, and it's really nice. It's eating up the motorway miles, no problem. When I put the foot down, it drops a couple of gears for me immediately and then gets moving, and it's nice the way there's instant response, and there's a lot of torque in this particular car. I do like the way it handles. I've also tried the manual shift, and I do like the way it responds instantly when you want to go down a gear, but it won't let you go down a gear and blow your engine at the same time. They're smart about these kind of things these days. It does work quite well. I do like it. What's the road holding like? This has AMG suspension and slightly bigger wheels, and the road holding is very, very nice. It's not tram lining. It's got good solid grip. It changes direction when I want it to, and with this lovely steering wheel I have here, the leather clad steering wheel, everything is falling perfectly to hand. It's a really, really nice, comfortable driving position I have here. There's also a lot of visibility. The side mirrors are very good. I was concerned when I saw the rear mirror on the rear window on this car. I thought it would be too small, but in fact there's good visibility at the back. When you drop the center headrest, you can see everything that's coming at you. And don't forget, if you're going to try and park, the parking sensors and a camera in this car is very, very simple to park. There's no problem with parking in this whatsoever. The other controls that you have for the air conditioning and for the various toys on the screen, they do work very well. And as I thought, the sat-nav setup on that screen, because it's up slightly high, it is nicely positioned. It works out really nicely. You don't have to really take your eyes off the road that much to glance at that screen. It is quite good. I do like the way that's set up. I also like the fact that it's not overloaded on the steering wheel. I know there's a lot of buttons, but there isn't too many buttons. It does work quite well. Now, how about that gear lever? Because we don't have a gear select down in the center console, if you remember. The gear change actually works quite well. I do like how you put it into D for driving, and it just goes, and it's nice. You put it in D, you forget about it. If you want to do a manual override, you have the paddles on the wheel, which are nice. Now, we have this problem with the paddles mounted on the wheel, in that when I turn the wheel, the paddle isn't where it was a moment ago, and that can be an issue. But other than that, the gear change, the gearbox is quite nice. It's a 7-speed gearbox, and it's well suited for this particular car. It does seem to work quite nicely. The other thing you'll note, as I'm just turning a corner here, I've realised I have a flat bottom steering wheel. This is a real feature of AMGs, and some of the fast S-Line Audis do this. And it's quite nice. I like the idea of the flat bottom steering wheel. The idea is you have more room for your knees when you're driving. You don't have to worry about getting in and out and bashing off the steering wheel. That was the original idea behind that. But it does come now more on the sportier models, and it's quite nice. The other thing I like on the dials, it is a reflective, it's almost a checker flag pattern behind the dials. It isn't quite a checker flag pattern, but it almost looks like it, and it's nice. It catches your eye as the sun glints on the dials, and it really makes this a lovely place to be when you're driving. I do enjoy driving this car. It is quite nice. The visibility is great, the road holding is great, the power is there when you need it. It looks fantastic too, and in actual fact, I'm just looking at these paddles again on the wheel. They do fall very, very close. They actually don't have the same issue that some of the other ones do, like on BMW for example, when the paddles move because you're turning the wheel. They're closer to the wheel, so they actually seem to have less of that problem. Having said that, they shouldn't be on the wheel, but as they're on the wheel, it does work better in this than it does in others. The other thing I'll say, the 2.2 diesel Mercedes engine is extremely economical. It's known for its economy. You'll get a high mileage out of this, assuming you drive in normal mode and don't go around with a heavy foot all the time, but it's nice. The road noise, I don't know if you can hear it on the video, the road noise is a little higher than I would have thought, but that's because you have a nicer setup here for the enthusiastic driver. It's good suspension, it's nice tires, it's great road holding. It's a little louder than I would have expected from Mercedes, but it's not intolerable, and you can still have a conversation with your passengers. So all in all, I do like this particular car. One other thing that's caught my eye here on the dashboard, you can actually go into economy mode and you'll get even more fuel economy, but when you're in D, the dashboard actually tells you what gear you're in. So D7 we're in at the moment, cruising on the motorway at 70 miles an hour, 120 kilometers an hour. If I drop down, it tells me D6 and D5. I like that idea. I know what gear I'm in at all times. That is good thinking. I do like that. The other thing I'll note, on the air conditioning, I can actually see what temperature I have the car set to, which is nice. On Jaguars, on the XF, you cannot do that. You don't know what temperature you set. You have to go into various menu settings to do it. You've got to take your eyes off the wheel, or eyes off the road to do that. It's not great. This is nice. I like the map reading lights. I like the interior. I like the driving. I like the look of it. I really like this car. This is hopefully going to get a good score for my review. Now, having said all that, it's time to go and do our conclusion. So, like and subscribe, guys. As always, we'll bring you the next video. And again, thanks to Kevin for lending us this car. Cheers.